welcome everybody to another episode of the Light the Torch podcast. I'm your host, B. Jones. And bottom right, we have Raul. Bottom left, we have Tyler. And to my left, we have Blackie Chan. Sorry we're a little late. Daddy duties, we're all dads. So you know how that goes for us, man. But man, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to be previewing the Cal game, give our predictions, and plus more. We're going to talk about what's going on around the USC landscape, and there's plenty to talk about as far as that goes. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the end. And there's going to be plenty to talk about, man. How you guys feeling today?
Feeling good.
As good as I'm going to ever feel right now until we win a game.
Tyler? Tyler didn't say. Hold on. You're making me nervous, Tyler. You all
right? I'm feeling quite neutral right now. Fighting on in the heart a little bit, but it's starting to fade. So
yeah, I think that's pretty much all of us, man. You're gonna fight on so much, man. We working on it, but man, they are not making it easy for us, are they?
No.
Yeah, it's like I'll fight on with like a ... at the end, not the exclamation right now.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's been a drastic change in the community. I don't think we can even find our own fans in our community right now.
Nope. It's a feeding frenzy in there.
I'm telling you, I mean, all the college football is eating us up right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that we don't deserve it.
They have every right to do it.
Yeah, it's part of fandom, man.
But you know what's funny though? There was a Notre Dame fan in there too talking crap. It's like, wait, we got the same record as you guys. Yeah, you beat us, but it's not like your program's that much better than ours.
Well,
they kicked the crap out of us, like they head to head.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, they got the bragging rights, right?
Yeah.
This season, I guess, but
it's in the bylaws of fandom, man.
Hey,
all time they've got it too.
They do it all time. Yeah, I was about to say that. Well, 53 now.
I don't know. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah,
it hurts.
It does.
It hurts. But this whole season hurts. I keep having to remind myself of that we only lost 2 games.
It feels like more.
Man, I swear it's been like 6 weeks straight. We've been feeling like we've been losing 6 weeks straight, man. That's it.
Yep.
I'd say about 5 weeks straight.
What's that?
I'd say 5 weeks for me.
Yeah, or whatever after the bye week, wherever that was. So yeah, it feels like it's been a long season already, man. But hey, let's go. Supermax already answered the question. I'll just pop it in and says, "Yep." Yeah, man. Where do we even start with that guy, man?
We'll get to letting him go.
If we start there, we're probably not getting anything else. So
yeah.
Hold on to that to the end.
That's why.
We're in there. So because that's a whole nother. We could do a whole episode on that.
Yes,
so stay tuned, rock with us, man. We'll get to that for sure. But right now, we're going to preview the Cal game because I don't know if you guys know this. We do have a game. Brent, we have a game we talked about. All right. Well, so we get to the keys to the game, man. Go ahead and give me your keys to the game, Raul.
We'll finish first, second, and third quarter real quick so we can get to that part.
Yeah, we won't be long, trust me.
Keys to the game. Obviously, offensively, to keep Caleb, standing throughout the game. Make sure that he doesn't get any dirt in his uniform for the O-line to perform. Distribute the ball. I don't know. I would like to see a balanced attack, some runs, some passes on the offensive side, and then defensively, for the front seven, to disrupt and stop the running game for Cal. It's that simple, but we may see a play or two that we haven't seen, guys. So.
All right. With that one said, all right, Tyler.
I mean, don't you think we should have used those against Notre Dame or Utah? Why would we save them for Cal? Come on, bro. Oh,
No,
man,
I'm
you're
talking
killing
about
me.
defensively, guys.
Yeah, defensive.
Oh,
I don't know if
you mean another wheel route where
Yeah,
Braylon
exactly.
Shelby's gonna have to guard somebody because
Yeah,
Alex
that's
Grinch doesn't watch tape?
that's what I mean
Stuff
by
like
that. Yeah, that's what I mean by that.
I thought you were talking about on
Not
offense.
offensively. No, I'm talking about defense. Like, it's that simple to stop them. You just put pressure, but they might run a play or two that we haven't seen.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Grinch has not seen a lot of plays based on what he's been telling everybody this week. So we'll get to that. On a serious note, on the defensive side of the ball, make somebody other than Jay not try to beat you this week. Like, guys, like averaging 6 yards a carry. He's the best player on their team, and like stack the box, put guys, play Shane Lee more. Like, let the guy, be a run defender and make somebody else beat us. Offensively, it's not much of a road game. It's not a home game, but there's going to be nobody at a Cal game, and it would just be nice to see the offense kind of like settle back into the talent that they had at the beginning of the year, and be able to move the ball down the field and not have Caleb have to hold on to the ball for 7 seconds for them to just play the scramble drill and find somebody open down the field. Run Marshawn Lloyd and mix in some Austin Jones and keep the offense balanced. Not like last time where we lost all of that's what happened last week. Like, we stopped running the ball and the offense fell flat because there's no balance. So keep the balance and make somebody else other than Jay not beat us.
Exactly. So, just like you said, running the ball, right? We ran the ball, for the first 2 drives, scored,
Yep.
then stopped running the ball altogether.
Yep.
And then went scoreless. It's crazy, man. Go ahead, Blackie Chan.
Yeah, at this point, for our offense, we just need to get a rhythm. Like, we need to not just abandon the run. Like, the moment that something bad happens on the run, just completely abandon it. Like, after that fumble, I feel like he just completely abandoned it and just never looked back at it. It's just because one thing negative happens in the run doesn't mean you should abandon it. Like, we have 3 interceptions against Notre Dame, and you didn't abandon the pass. You should have went straight back to the run just to get a rhythm. So you clearly just wanted to a reason to continue to pass rather than be a balanced offense. But yeah, just be balanced. Make sure that the offensive line communicates so they don't get lost in who they're supposed to block, so they don't have someone coming in free. And I want to see less. Like, I honestly feel like Utah kind of exposed a rule when it came to every time someone rotates offensive players out, that gives the time for the defense to set up. Like, I don't know if you guys saw a clip where at the very last second they would substitute someone back onto the field, which gave it a shorter time clock for us to do any kind of checks at that point. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but
Yep.
What's his name? Whittingham did a really good job at just doing that, and just so we just kind of got to get into a rhythm, but then just keep moving the ball. Like, I know you may want to substitute people out, but you just need to keep going down the field and just keep the pressure on Cal, because I think Cal's defense will crumble if they have too much pressure going on them. Like, and they get tired. So I feel like our offense can keep moving to the point where they don't have to substitute. Sure, maybe there could be a long run that can cause Marshawn Lloyd to be a little bit tired, but that's maybe when you transition out. But just keep moving. Defense for Alex Grinch If you think one play, do the opposite play because that's probably a better play. Go against your better judgment because your judgment is pretty much garbage at this point. So do the opposite of what you think you should do. No, but in all honesty, really, like everyone else said, just stop the run. They are 19th in the nation in rush offense. So that's pretty much what we need to do is just stop their rushing attack, and please have the right personnel in there. I do not want to see a wheel route with Brandon Shelby twice. The first one they scored, I was yelling at the TV like, "Why are you having a freshman?" And then the second time, I was like, "Again? You doing this again?" Like, I know you trust your team to be able to cover that, but that's just a hard ask for a freshman to turn his hips to run with a running back that already has a 5-yard head start to get full speed. It's kind of hard for when Braylon Shelby is committed up front and then he sees the running back go out of the back, so he has to really turn his hips for that. You can't do that. You can't do that to this guy. So just be smarter. That's a hard ask, but just be smarter.
Listen, him being a freshman don't even have nothing to do with it. That's just.
I know, but it's still
put anyone at that position in that position.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, honestly, I did say that last week that anyone in his position wouldn't be able to do that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Like, you cannot have someone that's at the line expect to like follow the running back on a wheel route right away. Like, if they were dropping back already to begin with, maybe sure, but no.
Yep. So for myself, man, same thing. I want to see the right personnel on the field. I want to see Bars and Bear together. I mean, Bear won't be playing the first half, unfortunately, because of a stupid penalty, which we can argue about that all day. In my opinion, it wasn't targeted. I don't know how you can target someone without leading with the crown of your helmet. His face mask made contact. I don't know how you. Anyways, calls made, but but yeah, won't have Bear for the first half. But I do want to see Bear and Bars together at some point. Like, especially against a heavy run team, it just don't make sense not to play them together. And secondly, put Shane Lee in the game. I'm not sure, was that you, Tyler, who said that? Yeah, man. This is what he does. He's a run stopper. We've been playing nothing but run teams and been struggling. Let him eat.
Especially with having like a underweight defensive line like we do. Like, he's that median type guy that can be that extra defensive lineman because of how much of a run stopper he is. So, like, he should absolutely be playing in this game, 100%.
Listen, if I can tell you right now, if Bars and Bear have been playing together all season with Shane Lee back there, all that run stuff would have been shut down a long time ago.
Yeah,
it would have been shut down a long time ago, and our record wouldn't be what it is.
Oh, snap!
What's that?
We got Trojan Blade in the house.
Yo, what up, Gabe?
How's it going?
Trojan Blade, man.
Right on. Let us know if you ever want to join the podcast.
Yeah, hit us in the DMs, man. We can always find us on Instagram. But yeah, man, like I said, man, it makes no sense.
Supermax says giving the ball to Barlow. Hey, that's not.
I agree with that, Supermax. Barlow, listen, Barlow's another one of those guys, man. Every time he gets in the game, he breaks for about 15, 20.
Mm-hmm.
We never see him again for the rest of the year.
Yep.
You know what his run style kind of reminds me of a lot, though? Ronald Jones, one quick cut kind of guy. And then
he's a one cut back, but definitely not as fast as Ronald Jones. But
I know.
I was thinking more like said where.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's just, to be honest, and that's what you see a lot out of Texas running backs. More one cut.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys mentioned it or not, but I know you guys are talking about the run. I was having some technical difficulties here, guys. But I know that Marshawn Lloyd fumbled the ball. It was big or whatnot, but they stopped going at him. It's like, now keep feeding him. It's all right. Everybody fumbles here and there. And, it was disappointing to see not going back to the run after that. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mentioned the first 2 drives we ran the ball and we scored, and then we didn't run much after that. But one thing about it, you guys remember in the Pete Carroll days, man, if that running back fumbled, what would Pete do?
Doghouse.
No.
I thought he put him.
Give it to him again.
Complete opposite.
Who was the one that
Put the
kept
ball right back in his hands.
Was that
Yep.
Lincoln?
With that confidence. With
Was that
Kiffin, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. You fumble with Kiffin, you're not seeing the ball for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting Darwin Barlow if you do that.
Yeah.
You get 1 carry and you don't get to play anymore.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. That guy's still on the roster? Yeah, he's coming against.
I do recall like having the coach that did that. So for some reason I thought that was Pete. But yeah, no, definitely got to get their confidence back up. The moment you take them out and you just don't go back to them, like they lose a lot of confidence, and that's not what you need in your best running back.
Yep. Exactly, man. So, and here's the thing, man. There's no reason why we shouldn't. We have about 4 capable backs that could go for 100 plus on any given day.
We do.
And we only run the ball, 10, 15 times a game?
Well, we have 5, but they were, for some reason, they moved him out to slot receiver.
Man, don't even get me started on that one. I knew this season was going to be weird right when I heard about that.
Yeah.
About, really redshirting.
and
Actually,
fellas,
no, since you got me started on that one.
one
You got me
question.
started. Go ahead, bro.
Now that Caleb is more than likely out of the running for the Heisman, do you think we start running more? That
I hope we do, but
I was going to say, we can only hope, man. I mean, it only makes sense, too.
yeah. Well, it only makes sense because it actually works.
But we can't even predict that, man. I mean, with this stuff. So I don't know, man. But I could definitely say the play calling has been drastically different this year than it was last year. And there's only one common denominator. So I don't know who's really calling plays. And somebody mentioned, actually, I posted a video in the chat. We can get some crap for that, man. There's a guy on the sidelines who probably shouldn't be on the sidelines. And I hope we don't, all we can do is hope, that we don't get in trouble. But
yeah, let's just make sure that Michigan scandal just continues to stay as big
exactly.
Before the spotlight turns back to the West Coast and we get hammered like we did in the Pete Carroll days.
Exactly. So, all right, let's move on to the second quarter.
Do you have over-unders?
No, I thought you had them, dude. That's what you do. That's like
you came up with this.
Okay, but this is like your thing. You can do it over at Tunnel. Oh, okay, so that's what it is, right? You do it at Tunnel, but you can't do it here.
I can start one, guys. I'll do one for you guys. Keep it true to the title. Over under 2 plays that Alex Grinch has not seen this upcoming game.
2?
Are you lowballing at that? Low?
See 2 on the first drive.
Yeah. Well,
I've never seen that halfback out like that before. I have no idea what to do right now.
I can almost guarantee that Cal is going to bring something that they haven't put on tape. Period.
I actually do think they probably would.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 2.
But Grinch doesn't even watch tape. All of it, every play is going to be. So he hasn't seen.
I cannot believe that he said that.
Man.
He knows that he's got one of the hottest seats in the entire country, and that dude has the balls to literally get out there while he's being,
interviewed,
videotaped, and interviewed.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
So wait, I didn't see his interview because I can't stand him talking right now. What do you say?
Oh, you didn't even see the video? Oh, dude.
I don't even know if I can repeat it.
He said something about the reason why they struggled with the wheel router or with that play is because he had not seen it on tape before.
Either way, man, it's a basic elementary play, man. Like, do you really have to see that on film to know that you should not put an edge rusher out of a back coming? Oh man,
I wish he felt like what was that slogan before? Want to get away, or
Yeah.
I forgot who it was. I was like, come on,
Southwest.
yeah,
Hey,
Southwest,
we want
come
you to
on,
get away
Grinch. You want to get away? Come on, I'll buy you the ticket.
Right? Yeah, we want you to get away too. Trust.
I get
Yeah,
if he,
$49.
I get if he's never seen it happen once, but then he does it again. And I'm pretty sure there's multiple times that it happened again.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cal just does it out of like trolling first game of the first play of the game. Let's throw the wheel out.
Other teams could be taking advantage of. Like there's so many plays like what is it called? What was that run that Notre Dame was doing the whole time? Just a pitch out wide and just run, or no, that was Arizona State that kept doing that. A pitch out wide and just running right down our throats. Like I'm
Doesn't matter what it was. He still can't get it right.
True.
All right, guys.
Okay, we're not even in the fourth quarter right now.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, we'll get there. I'm trusting there'll be plenty of Grinch talk, but over under.
Go for it.
Zachariah, another touchdown, another special teams TD.
I think at some point they're going to stop kicking the ball to him.
You would think.
How many over? Like just one? I say under. I don't think he'll get one this time, but I think he's going to have a pretty big play on punt return. Okay. Over under. Caleb will have or sorry, buy or sell. Caleb will have more rushing touchdowns than he does have passing touchdowns.
I'll take the passing touchdowns. I think they get he's got to be like somewhat in the vicinity. He's not like running as long as he was before. I'll take the passing touchdowns just on odds.
Yeah, he definitely just decided that he doesn't want to run this year. Period. So I'm gonna, and we don't run the ball. Period. So yeah, let's go passing touchdowns on that one.
Yeah, I'll go passing touchdowns as well.
I feel like these past few games he's been having more rushing touchdowns than he has passing touchdowns. Like that triple overtime against Arizona State, he had more rushing touchdowns. I think he have a passing touchdown last game, or were they rushing touchdowns? I'm pretty sure they were a rushing touchdown for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And those that are in the chat, put your questions, put your over and under.
Supermax says passing touchdowns. So
yep.
I mean,
all right, sure. I got one. So Caleb getting, we'll put the over under at 0.5 for interceptions. So does he throw one or does he not? Looking kind of human.
You know what? I actually think that he's gonna have a bounce back game this game. So I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'll say no as well. I don't think he'll throw a pick.
What you guys in the chat? Go ahead.
I'll say no as well, and that's just me being USC. I'm biased here. I don't want him to throw interceptions. I'll go with the no.
Let's see. If you said a turnover, then I would say maybe, because they've been getting his blind side easily lately, or just they've been getting him from. I was going to say that. Never mind. Pause on that one. But they've been. I don't know how to say this without it sounding inappropriate. they just been getting at him in the backfield, and there's been plenty of times where he's been getting some free shots that could look like a fumble to me. So
they've been getting at him in the back. Getting free shots. Is that what you said?
All right, let's do the actual spread, or not the spread, but the actual over under for the game is 67.5 right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be an over. Like, quit our defense.
That's the thing, man. It's like we can't stop nobody. So
Swiss cheese.
Yep.
So wait, how many of a favorite are we as points?
I think it was 7.5 the last
Oh,
time.
we're 10 and a half.
Yeah, it's 10.5 right now, according to Bleacher Report.
Over under, do you think, or buy or sell, you think we'll match that, or we'll beat the over or the spread?
Oh, it is 10.5. My bad.
I don't even know at this point, honestly.
Man,
Like
Well, we'll actually get to that probably in our predictions. So.
you're asking me to put my faith in Alex Grinch on this, right?
No, I'm asking you to put your faith that we will at least be up 2 scores with Lincoln Riley.
Well, I don't know if I can put my faith on him either right now.
I know.
So
Pneumonia, Lincoln Riley.
no.
Supermax that under. So
Yeah. Man, are we even gonna win this game? No, I was kidding.
over under. USC gets 4 sacks.
Under.
yeah, I'll go under. I mean, they haven't done well in that category, in my opinion.
No. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think they've done a lot of tackles for loss, but like I don't think we haven't done great in that category, right? For sacks, like we've gotten a few, but
I think
We started great, but we fell off.
Exactly.
We're top 25, I think, in sacks, but that's definitely fallen off as of late.
I'm gonna say under because Bear is out this first half.
Yeah, we're top 24 in sacks right now.
I'm gonna say under, and the reason why I say under is because they're probably gonna run Jay Knott a lot, and you don't get a sack if you're tackling the running back. So, and Jay Knott's probably gonna go for 6 a tote anyway. So, it's gonna be a tough sledding for the front 7 for us. That's for sure.
so I'll give you this over and under now that you bring up Ott. Over under that Ott or that the USC defense keeps Ott under 150.
I'd say under.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under on that.
We haven't been we've been holding like the main running back under yards, but like it's an accumulative because we let the quarterback run all over, even though they have no legs, they can still run 50 yards on us.
You got to remember they may throw a play or two that we have not seen. So, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep throwing shots at Grinch, guys.
Oh no, yeah, that's all this is. This is just a glorified Lynch, or I mean a Grinch kind of
Grinch Lynch.
No.
That was a bad Freudian slip there, Blackie Chan.
Well, do we have a coach that has Lynch in his name? I can't remember.
We've got a kicker. Brett just threw one in the chat. Over and under 7 plays that Stanley T gets smashed at the line of scrimmage.
I'm not going there. That's it.
Let's just hope that Stanley doesn't get 7 reps to even have those chances. I'll just go there. Sorry, Stanley, if you're seeing this, man. I won't say it to your face. I'll say it on mine, though.
He already has 7 reps already going into this game.
Say again?
He already has 7 reps right now. We already know that for a fact.
Yeah. Yeah. There's probably some more.
I actually think we will. I think we will hold them, or at least their main running back, under 150 yards. But you know what we're going to do though to counteract that? We're going to make their quarterback look like he's an all-pro quarterback.
That was going to be my over/under. Cal gets a Pac-12 Player of the Week. A member of the Cal offense gets a Pac-12 Player of the Week.
Yeah, like pretty much all Pac-12 players were Utah this past one. Like their quarterback, their defense, their special teams. Like they had everything except for like one other thing. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to know who's going to get Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week,
just see who
schedule and see who USC is playing.
Yeah, facts. Like, who is their quarterback? I don't even know who their quarterback is.
I think their starter got hurt earlier this year. And so
yeah, but that doesn't mean anything to us.
Oh, yeah, we got we got another backup this week, so
Is
we're
he a
gonna turn him
pick
into a Heisman contender.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
he's
it
a
seems
cow
like,
herder.
right? The backups are the ones that the true stars when they play
Well,
USC.
you know, Alex Grinch hasn't seen any tape on those guys, so doesn't know how to defend them.
This one's a cow herder, not a pig farmer. So
Is it Ben Finley?
say
Yeah.
again.
Is it Ben Finley? I think
Yeah,
it's Ben.
I think
so.
Gunner just mentioned that it's Finley. Finley is the name.
My bad, Guns.
All right. So let's move on, man. That's enough. That'll conclude our over under.
We don't have a halftime without you, Guns.
Yeah, man. We usually give you guys a halftime update, recruiting update. But we will say that for Sundays, our man Guns is under the weather, like Lincoln Riley. I told him to stop kicking it with Riley, man, but he insists.
I have one small little recruiting update. That, it's Draylon Miller.
Okay.
Per Will Fong, he's gonna be at the UCLA game or at the USC versus UCLA game on the 18th of November. So we'll see who. I guess we're still in the running for Draylon.
Okay, well, there you go. That's big news. We definitely and hopefully we can get that package deal back going, man. So.
Oh wait, we have our resident Ohio State fan here. I've heard rumblings that Connor Stalions is going to replace Grinch.
Hey, at least we know he watches film.
That's great. Appreciate you, Jordan. Appreciate you. I have a recruiting one. We had the number one overall player come to a game for basketball. So yeah, that's recruiting. That's great, right? We have the number one recruit in basketball, right? Right? That's
Yes,
a win.
sir.
No, yeah, for sure.
Hey,
Digging deep for those wins on a football podcast here.
Can he play defense?
Right.
Supermax says, "I feel sorry for Grinch's wife." Hey, I mean, this could be a little R-rated, but I do feel bad because he does the same thing in the bedroom that he does on the field. Basic stuff.
Not
How
watch
do you
tape.
know this? Not one.
Oh, that was a low blow right there.
Sorry, Grinch.
Man, you know when Raul says that that's a low blow. It's a real deep dig.
I was about to say, oh wait, you went there. That's too much for me.
Oh man.
I'll keep it football related. I don't hate Grinch. I just don't want him in my team anymore in the USC team.
Jordan says shout out to his USC buds. Yep. You're always
based
welcome.
on what we were talking about earlier today, Raul. I think you might actually hate the guy. I think if you saw him in person, I don't know how that interaction would go.
I know that was you, Raul, walking down Figueroa with that sign. I saw you.
Yeah, you're new dude with sign. You're the dude with sign on the West Coast.
Breaking news: Alex Grinch is out for the season. He had a
mysterious attack.
Nah, I just like I said, all the shots that I take at Grinch is just, he's hurting our team. I mean, I wish the guy nothing but the best, but just not with us. So
Yeah,
it's like I've had enough of him. Like I wanted him out since last year before the first Utah loss, and I was like, all right, let me give him the benefit of the doubt, and he didn't prove us wrong, guys. So that's where you can put that meme. He is who we thought he was, or whatever.
I got to be honest, man. I never wanted him. Period. So, so as soon as I heard we got Lincoln, I was like, okay, cool. He's not bringing Lynch, right?
Hey, Jordan's probably over here wishing that we keep Grinch for next year.
Why'd you say Lynch?
I don't know why I said
or Lynch. Grinch. Or did I say Lynch? Or
no, he said.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm not the only one that says it, Tyler.
Yeah, not you, Dennis. We already went there with Dennis Lynch. So.
Like honestly though, like if he's probably a real nice guy, and you know where real nice guys can go? Georgia Southern.
Hey Clay, I'm probably got a spot up for him over there. Use that pipeline.
You know what would really piss me off though? If somehow he went to like Alabama and he just becomes this all-world defensive coordinator there.
Why in the hell would Nick Saban hire him?
Because
Nick Saban will-
he likes to take in pet projects like the strays that go onto the street.
Yeah, that actually have talent.
Listen,
Like Sark has personal problems, but the dude's got coaching talent. Like that's a different story. Alex Grinch probably has personal problems, but he also is a terrible fucking coach. So, like, we got a different story there.
we said we're gonna say the Grinch talk later.
This is us saving it though.
Okay.
We're doing our best.
Just imagine what it's gonna be like later when we actually unload. But
Let's get the game predictions.
yeah, let's get into these conference game predictions, guys. So we're gonna start off with a big one here. Probably the biggest game for us, at least up to this point. That's not our actual game. We got Oregon and Utah.
Raul. Conflict.
Yeah. So who do we go for in this game?
You know my answer already.
But you know who we need to win.
No thought. Look, no thought. Didn't even think about it. Just...
You know who we need to win to get to the Pac-12 championship for the most part. We need Oregon to win.
You have that much trust in Grinch right now.
I'm just saying, if there's any glimmer of hope, we need.
Save it for the fourth quarter, Raul. Come on, man. We haven't talked about Grinch at all yet. We're waiting for the end.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay,
spoil it.
but yeah.
All right. So you want me to say Oregon?
No,
I want you to say who you got.
want you to be realistic here.
No, I know.
Realistic.
I personally just if I'm putting an actual bet, I'll probably put money on Oregon to win the game. So I guess that'll be my answer.
By the way, the game is in Rice Eccles.
It's in Utah, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Oregon has to look good this year. Like they don't look elite, but I feel like they have a good enough offense and good enough defense to beat Utah. Utah has no offense, even though they performed versus us last week. But if we're being realistic here, Utah has no offense. So
I don't know. Sione Vaki, that guy's now a Hall of Famer. So Hall of Famer, Heisman, first round pick.
I guess Oregon wins the game.
All right. I'm sorry, Guns. Tyler.
It's just the two white guys. It's all good.
Stop it, man. Man. It's usually Guns.
Guns, I'm here for you in spirit, bro. Man, this game's going to be real close for me. I think defensively, Utah really matches up well against what Oregon's going to want to do. Their little dink and dunk offense and try to rely on Bucky Irving. Utah's defense is made to stop that. And so I don't know what the over under on the score is, but I'd take the under on whatever that is.
What think it's 6.5.
6.5 with Oregon winning.
Yeah. What's the total score spread? Over under
47.5.
Oh, that's much lower than I thought it was actually going to be. I'd still probably take the under there. I think it'll be like a 20-17 game. I think Oregon will eventually sneak it out just because they do have better offensive weapons, but it's going to be tight if Bo Nix is minus Kenny Dillingham. Bo Nix, this is their first test, and outside of going back and forth with Washington, so it's going to be tough. If Bo Nix is Auburn Bo Nix, then it could get pretty ugly. So I'll take Oregon begrudgingly by a field goal.
Okay.
It's a win-win, guys, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, it's a win-win technically, but we do need Oregon to win. But okay, so this might be a little a little controversial in the USC community here, but honestly, I feel like Bo Nix has left the Auburn Bo Nix far behind him now. I think he's gotten past that. He's been He's been better than I thought everyone would have found out about him and exposed him by now, but he's still doing a good enough job to win these games, and for the most part, winning the game for them when they need to, except for the Washington game. But I think Oregon's going to actually kind of run away with this game because we were running all over them when we needed to. When we actually chose to run, we could run on them. And Bucky Irvin, or is that his name? Bucky?
Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin. He's a beast. And I can see him running all over them, and he's good out of the backfield. So I think they're going to rely heavily on him. Actually, I do. I really do think so, and I think their run game is better than our run game at this point.
We don't know that because we don't test that.
Yeah. I'd also like to address the Bo Nix statement. Bo Nix is like somewhere in like the 80s or 90s in like yards per pass. All they do is just like make sure that he doesn't make them lose and get their weapons into space. Like he absolutely should 100% not deserve any Heisman hype or credit whatsoever. And I think it's an absolute joke that like every single time those rankings come out that he's still in the top 3 because he doesn't do anything. Like he is literally like a game manager with a bunch of decent to pretty good weapons, and Bucky Irving is probably a top 3 to 5 running back in the entire country.
Yeah.
So,
and I never said he was like all world or whatever, but I said I think he's left that Auburn.
They just don't let him lose these games, which is exactly what they should do because he's like 25 years old. So.
Yeah, and that's basically what I said there. I just said that he's not the Auburn Bo Nix that we were accustomed to when he came to Oregon, because we all thought he was going to be trash at Oregon and that they would lose a lot more games too, because of Bo Nix, which they haven't.
Yeah.
So
that much experience, you better figure out something.
What he's like 25, 26.
Yeah, he's got 56 starts under his belt or something like that.
He has the most starts in all of college football right now.
He'll be rolling out with the cane at the end of the year for the bowl game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do think that Oregon is going to handle business against Utah, even though it's at Rice-Eccles Stadium. But I just feel like Bucky Irvin's probably going to be their MVP.
Yep. I think we exposed something last weekend for exposed to the world that you can't run the ball in Utah, and Oregon has a pretty decent running game. It's unfortunate that we couldn't figure that out. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it 2 scores. I'm going to say they win by 10.
I was going to say 14.
Yeah. I think I'll say a score and a touchdown. I mean, a touchdown and a field goal. Rice-Eccles is a hard place to get a win, though. So I think it'll be pretty tight to the end. But, yeah, I just don't think they have enough firepower over there at Utah. And they won't make them look like they're All-Americans, unfortunately. So Oregon by 10 for me. So let's move on to the next one. What you guys got, man? You guys are quiet in the chat. Let's see this person.
Jordan said Utah 27-24. And Supermax said I just took the over 47.5.
Okay.
So yeah, more people interact. We'll definitely try to post them up there. I'm always looking at the chat just to see if there's any extra comments in there. So just don't be shy. We won't yell at you.
All right. So next game we got Washington and Stanford. Not expecting any surprises here. I think we can make this one quick. Guns feeling that Rose spirit right now. But yeah, we got Washington and Stanford, man. I'm not expecting any big surprises. How about you guys? Rose?
Washington should win easily. I mean, I don't see any surprises.
All right. Tyler?
Keep the train moving. UW's going to make it ugly.
Yep. Blackie Chan?
I think Stanford will keep it close in the first 5 minutes.
All right. And there we go. So all right, over under 400 yards.
Over
Under what?
400 yards.
400 passing yards.
Yeah. Should be over.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
Take over. So over.
Supermax says Washington.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a layup right there.
If anyone chooses Stanford, you probably went to Stanford.
Well,
I mean, those guys are smart, so they probably shouldn't go to Stanford.
all right. So next thing we got Colorado in the Ruins. Prime versus the Ruins. I may be at that game, but
Yeah. At least you made it to a USC game before you went to UCLA.
oh yeah, I can tune all the games.
I was gonna give you a hard time, B. Jones, if that wasn't the case. I was gonna say, wait, what's going on here?
Schedule's working out, man. So maybe we'll attend the games now.
Yeah, but going to the Colorado UCLA game, UCLA should win. They're heavy favorites. I don't know if they'll cover the spread, but I want to say they at least pull out the win. The UCLA defense seems pretty legit. Like, they're a solid defense, and we all know that Colorado doesn't have they don't have a defense themselves. So I see UCLA at least winning by 10.
Yeah, I think Shedeur makes a few plays, but they're not there yet. UCLA is probably going to win by 10 at least, and it might not look that close on the field too. So I think UCLA wins.
Okay.
So Brent says Prime, the Colorado Primes, 27-24 F UCLA. Jordan says UCLA 35-17, and Supermax says, I hate to say it, but the Bruins. But so it just breaking news: CU has now the worst defense in the nation. They are 130th right now. So Nevada moved up 3 spots in the world.
Hey, they threw a shutout last week.
Did they really? A shutout?
Yeah, Nevada won like 3-0 or 6-0 or something like that.
Okay.
They threw a shutout.
Wow.
That's actually kind of impressive to win by field goal. So, not gonna lie, that's kind of impressive. But I think this is going to be a rough game for CU. Like, unless Dante Moore plays like a true freshman and makes real freshman mistakes, I honestly can't see CU beating UCLA, because UCLA's defense, they're looking pretty rough, or like they're pretty tough right now. They're 11th in the nation right now, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going to happen, because CU has like the best passing attack in all of college football, but then they have the worst defense in all of college football. Like, you would think that would balance things out in a sense, but no, it doesn't, because we thought that would happen with us too, but it doesn't. So I think UCLA is going to kind of put a hurting on them, and Coach Prime's going to tell his he found out that he actually bought fake Louis Vuitton bags, so he's going to start selling those back to the transfer portal. So he's going to have another kind of meltdown in a sense, and he's going to start looking for another school soon, because I don't think the amount that he's getting paid is worth losing this much. So
That's a little dramatic, man. He's building. It's his first year.
Hey, but he likes to win. And right now, like, sure, I don't know what his recruiting ranks right now is, but if another,
He's going to run the Big 12.
yeah, well, like if somehow Texas A&M fires what's his name,
There's no way. They owe him $100 million right now. There's no way.
$100 million to give.
Well, maybe if they pull back on some of that money they're giving these kids, they can make that happen.
But Supermax says let's steal UCLA's DC. Who's their DC?
Hold on.
Did he came from USC, didn't he?
That's overtime period.
Okay.
You're thinking about Nancy, but yeah, that's overtime period right there.
I'll start this here for you, Max. We'll come back to that. But UCLA by big.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go the same. Obviously. Yeah. See, you just ain't there yet, man. They got a few pieces that they need, especially in the trenches, and I think the Ruins are gonna go ahead and smash them up pretty good. I think Shador is gonna be on the run most of the game, run for his life, and I mean they'll make plays. CU's gonna make some plays and show some shine, but it's just not gonna be enough. So I got the Bruins. I say 34-17 Bruins.
I like Jordan's comments. CU's defense is from wish.com.
Yeah.
He ain't
right.
wrong, though.
What's up?
He ain't wrong.
Yeah, not at all. All right, so next we got Washington State and Arizona State. This, I think, is going to be a better game than people may think.
Yeah.
Go ahead and shoot, bro.
I'm going to go Arizona State, just gut feeling. I think they have what it takes to beat Washington State.
Are you gonna make the sound? Because that's an upset.
Oh, you did call it out. There we go. We got our first upset pick of the night. So, Tyler, going for 2?
Not going for 2. I like Cam Ward in this one. I think they'll end up winning, but I think it'll be closer than what everybody expects it to be.
I didn't mention, but this game is in Tempe. It's Arizona State's at home this game.
Not worried about that.
Not sure if that changes anything for you, Tyler, but just I want to know that. All right, cool. So, Blackie Chan?
I think Cam Ward's going to they kept it fairly close against Oregon at the after the half, I think. But I think Washington State, I like Cam Ward again in this. He threw over 438 yards against Oregon. I can't see why he can't do that again against ASU. So,
yep, I agree. I believe that Cam Ward is going to put on a show, and it's going to be something to watch. Maybe Scatterbo does this thing too, but they're going to be too much for Arizona State, even though Arizona State's defense is better than.
Beer bet, guys. Beer bet. I'll get Rick and Aya to recommend a beer.
Yeah. But yep, it should be good. All right, let's move on to the next game. We got Oregon State and Arizona. And Arizona has been on a pretty good hot streak, man. They're streaking right now. No Fafita is no joke. And that game is in Tucson.
I'll let Tyler go first on this one. I don't want to.
All right. Tyler?
you're on mute, Tyler.
Okay, so
I assume we're talking about deer in the headlights, just like Alex Grinch, baby. I assume we're talking about Oregon State and Arizona now, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, hit that damn buzzer if Arizona's winning this game.
Okay, let's say the hot streak continues.
Yeah.
All right, they beat that.
Gonna beat DJ Pooh this weekend.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say that, so that's why I didn't want to steal that buzzer from you.
All right, Ro, you ready?
Yeah, I'm with Tyler on this one. I see Arizona pulling the upset as well.
Got another one. All right, Blackie Chan.
You know, I'm a hardcore Noah Fafita guy now at this point.
You're off the Delora train and on the Fafita bus.
Yeah, I don't want to see Delora on this field. But no, Oregon State, they're all mainly their defense. So I think Noah is gonna hopefully not prove me wrong. I hope I don't have to decommit from Noah anytime soon. But I like what I've seen from him. So Oregon, Arizona for the win. So what's the spread right now?
It's only 3.
Yeah, so I can't see. I can see Arizona actually covering that.
Yep, I think that's going to be a very good quarterback duel right there, Fafita and DJ. Fafita may only be a freshman, but I'll put him right there in the same level as DJ, in my opinion. But I think maybe even be a little more consistent. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good one. I think Cowing and T-Mac are going to give Oregon State's corner some work, so it should be a very tight one, man. But yeah, I'm rolling with Arizona on this one as well. So that's upsets across the board for us. That might be a first, man. Have we ever all agreed?
I don't think so. I don't think so. We almost did when I picked Oregon to beat.
Don't trigger Raul. No.
Wait, Brent, you still owe me a beer, my guy.
Oh yeah, he hasn't paid his due yet, and he has to smash it on camera, right? Is that what we agreed to?
Yeah, that's what he said on camera on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't here on the podcast. Oh, he was at the podcast, but I don't think he was on camera with us. But no, yeah.
No. I'm saying he's gonna do it in the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, we don't know if we can do that. We don't know about alcohol consumption on as far as YouTube rules, but
I
mean, Rick Anaya does it, no?
Yeah, I've drank beer on Twitch, but I don't know about this. But
well, we'll figure that out. But yeah,
we'll come back to this. We'll come back to that.
All right.
Are we going any top 25, or are we just keeping it Pac-12 this time?
No, we're just keeping it in the conference tonight. We got a lot to talk
I have
about.
a question for Brand though. Do you ever proofread what you're about to send in a text? Like, what is this? What is this message here? I don't know what's going on here, dude. I said,
do my guy like that in front of the world, man. he's drinking the beers that he owes you. Man. So.
Too much beer spilled all over his phone for him to make sure that he hits the right button, so it just like autocorrects the wrong stuff.
You're trying to type fast. Okay, you should type slower so we can at least understand what you're saying. I'm sorry, my guy. All right, moving on.
So, with that one being said, that wraps up our good old predictions.
Are we doing our game prediction right now?
We didn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
no, we didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get our prediction. What you guys got? This one's like the hardest to predict because our team is so unpredictable. But go ahead and give it to me, Raul. Give me your prediction. Pause.
I'm gonna go 48 to 38.
Okay.
So you think we don't cover the spread?
No, we Grinch.
Okay. All right, Tyler.
I will say that Brant is a man of honor with his beer bets. He's paid me in the past, so he doesn't have the ability to speak up for himself, and if he does, we might not be able to comprehend it. So I will vouch that he did send that money over when we had our chance. So I will say that we do win. I will say that we do not cover, and I'll say 45-38.
Okay.
Almost another 40 burger.
Yep.
Tyler, why'd you take my score?
You want to go in front of me from now on?
Nah, I'll let you relish in this, so you can feel like you said it right. No, I do think we will win, and I do think we won't cover the score or the spread. I say 42-35, like Gunn said.
Gun. That's why. Oh, you put it in the chat. My bad, Gun. Oh, you were saying me.
Oh.
Just
No,
like B. Jones.
I don't get that mixed up like Brandon does.
Oh, so now I'm just a racist now.
Yeah, not all white guys look the same, bro.
But Brand says 42-37 SC. Cal comes back, falls short thanks to Bullock INT. I could see that.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna go 42-31.
Oh, so they cut.
What a
so
defensive lockdown game.
You
What's
say we
that?
cover the spread?
Yep, I think Bears gonna make all the difference in the second half, and it's gonna change a lot of things for our defense, and we might actually look like something.
Wow, our listeners have more of a. They have more confidence than we do. Jordan, our residential Ohio State fan, says 42-10. Cal is back.
I think Supermax thinks that Grinch is going to give up 48, and we're gonna lose by 5 scores here.
Yeah.
See,
I was gonna say, Jordan, if you think Cal is bad, Alex Grinch is really bad.
Yeah, no, he's bad. Maybe another bad in there.
Yeah, the title is
like Cal almost beat
Washington, right?
Auburn. So
Yeah, that was like 14-10.
Yeah,
Barn burner.
They put up a good fight against Washington too, right?
I thought that was Arizona that did.
No, they scored like 32 or 35 against
Don't say that.
UW. It was like 59-32.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are new, I am due to freeze here in about any minute. So I'll still be with you.
Hey, you made it over the hour mark this time.
I know, right? So I figure I put in my disclaimer.
And we talked about Oregon a few times already.
I know.
So
I guess they got bigger things to focus on this week.
Frankie says 35-24 SC, which that's a pretty good score. And Raul's messing with you. Supermax. We all know we all feel like USC should win this, and
I didn't say that. That was Tyler.
Was that Tyler?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, my bad.
You're getting mixed up for the white guy now, Raul.
Sorry,
bro.
I'm off the hook. Oh man, that's great. All right, man. So now the moment everyone's been waiting for.
Drum roll.
So did you see this comment by C? Jordan Grinch got schooled by a pig farmer / Lowe's cashier. That is so true, though. That is so true.
Yeah, wrong one. Yeah. So go ahead and put it up there, like Chan.
So the question that everyone wants to know.
Yes, sir. Now we can get into this topic. And the question of the week, I would say, is Alex Grinch the most incompetent DC in college football?
I don't know if this is the question of the week. This is the question of the year.
Well, it's definitely been the topic, a trending topic, at least in our community and Oklahoma's too, apparently, because you might as well call them they're more in our community than we are. So
Gunner says yes. Wait, yes. Did I say yes?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Raul, I know you've been waiting for this, man.
Yep.
The floor is yours, big dog.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean,
let it all out there.
All of you guys know how I've been feeling about Grinch since last year. Evie, I wish you were here. But Evie has been in the Fire Grinch train with me since last year before we lost the first the first loss versus Utah. We were on that train, Fire Grinch. We already knew he wasn't the guy. He had a proven track record at Oklahoma. And when he came to us, I was like, all right, I guess I got to take the bad with the good, right? We got to deal with the Helton years, and I was all right. Lincoln Riley coming, it's good for the program, but Grinch is terrible. The only excuse he had was like, all right, he doesn't have his players, but this is his second year. He recruited players, and our defense got worse from last year with better players. How does that even make sense? And then like he hasn't done any adjustments, in my opinion. Like, what adjustments has he made throughout the season? Like, no personnel changes, really. He hasn't done anything. Apparently, he doesn't even watch film. So, it's like, if you're not the most incompetent DC, you sure are acting like it. So, it's like, come on, guy. Get it together. I know you want another job after this one, because I'm pretty sure you're out of this. You're out this season. Or at least you should. And if they don't fire you, maybe they should go themselves too. Because I don't think you're USC quality at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
I don't know. I really don't know what else to say, but that's just it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm pretty sure I could call Madden plays better than Grinch could be as a DC. Legitimately think that I could make that happen at this point. I mean, that admission this week still just absolutely baffled my mind. Like, I didn't hear the next 3 minutes of the interview that was recorded because I was laughing so long and so hysterically hard that it just, I can't believe that was even possible. That a D1 blue blood DC is like, I haven't seen that on tape before. All right, well, let's make sure that we can try to get the playbook for you next time so you can just prepare for what's going to come your way. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. If he's admitting that he's not watching tape and we tackle as terribly as we do and we don't make personnel changes, like, what does this dude do every single week? Like, seriously, what does he do? I can't even imagine. Like, literally sitting there with his thumb up his ass on the sideline, like, good job, Bryson Shaw, good job, Stanley T. Like, good job, Tackett. You missed another tackle, bud. Like, you're gonna be an All-American when you're a junior, but you're not a junior yet. Like, I got my favorites. I was the one that reeled in Tackett Curtis, and he didn't go to LSU and didn't go to Ohio State because of me. So that's why I got my job still. Like, the guy's absolutely atrocious, and every single time I hear his damn voice, he's just got such a punchable face. Like, such a punchable face. Like, that guy needs to get out of LA before it gets real bad, because my boy B Jones is at the game, and just like the Helton years when they were starting to have the opponent fans chanting to keep Helton, they're starting to do it to keep Grinch too. We're going to be the laughing stock of college football and just be stuck in mediocrity for however long that absolute clown is still here. But for the chat, this was a hot topic with all of us earlier this week. Do you guys think that Alex Grinch should stay the rest of the season, or do you think that he should be fired in the middle of the season? So, yeah, he's lost in the sauce, Supermax. But we had a lot of conversation about this week, and we had some people that think that he should hold out for the rest of the year. Some people think that he should get canned, like this moment. So, yeah, Jordan, I have no filter with Alex Grinch. I was actually on, like, to be fair, I was understanding that Alex Grinch should get a second year. I understand that we were absolutely terrible on defense last year, but getting 1 year to turn things around with how terrible the defense was, not having his own type of personnel, 1 more year, kind of understood it. Nope, not anymore. So,
yep.
I'll get off my soapbox now.
See,
Yeah.
you know what hurts though? Like, it hurts to know that our defense can be good because I've seen times like the first half of Colorado, it was good. Like we held them really well. Like even the Notre Dame game, they looked better. There's glimpses of it, but at that point, it's just more of our talent that's pretty much keeping us in that game, and not his play calling. But it's just like keeping him here. Like I see the dysfunction that it could happen if we fired him right now. I want him fired right now, but would it help our team right now?
I believe so.
But who's going to who really can call the plays like at a moment's notice right now?
Well, I'll just go ahead and say that statistics say no.
Yeah, like who's going to really lead the team? Like, well, he doesn't lead the team, but who's going to call?
Stats aren't always right. Or analytics.
You're right.
Whatever.
Exactly. I agree with that.
It's like
it's
those
kind of hard to see who's going to be the person to step up to call those plays on the defense, unless Dante feels like he can do better than he did last year, or was Todd Orlando? Yeah, Todd Orlando was with us. Or yeah,
what's our defense rank? Like 107th or what is it?
We are total defense. We're like 109th or something like that now. Yeah, no, we're 104th. We moved up, yay! Because last week we were 107th. But I don't know, like, what's his name? Who said this in the chat here? Brent was like our last 4 DCs and maybe even Kiffin Senior for the last 5 DCs have been crap. Can we get a decent one, please? Can you guys rank top the best to worst out of those defensive coordinators that we've had? Rank them in order.
I'm gonna go Clancy, Wilcox.
There you go. You froze, B. Jones.
Orlando Grinch.
Yeah, there it is.
I call
Frozen.
Calling it now at 11 or 1:11 or an hour and 11 minutes. Frozen. R.I.P. Camera.
Yep. So I'm gonna go Clancy, Wilcox, Orlando Grinch.
What about Kiffin? Monty Kiffin.
Oh, I forgot. You know what? Monty's actually not bad. It's just his scheme was outdated. He was running a Tampa 2 that's, I mean, you can pick that off these days with a spread. So, but as far as him actually being a functional coordinator, he wasn't too bad. So I'll probably put him right behind Clancy, maybe.
C made a pretty good argument here. Lincoln Riley fired Mike Stoops at Oklahoma mid-season and then went on to win the conference title with Ruffin McNeil. Hey, that's a pretty good argument there, actually. But granted, the Big 10 or the Big 12 at the time still didn't play defense.
Well, they had no offenses either, so.
Yeah. But Brent says Kiffin, Clancy, Orlando, Wilcox, and Grinch.
Not a lot of love for Wilcox there.
Right.
I think Justin Wilcox wasn't the worst. He just was like kind of inconsistent. Like there were times where we played really good defense for a full game, and it was stretches. But then there was games that they just looked bad.
Sure.
And was Wilcox with Helton or was he with?
I think it was Helton.
Was it Helton?
Yeah. No. Was it?
I can't.
Or who was Orlando?
It
was either Orlando or
Orlando was Helton.
So who's before Wilcox? It was Tedford, right?
Well, the thing that's weird though, because Clay Helton was with us for a long time with Lane Kiffin. He was interim at the time. Same with when Sark got fired too. So I guess he's been here. He's been here the whole time. So who was first though? I think Wilcox was first, then Orlando. Wait, I can't recall, but
I can't recall now.
It's all a blur at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we all agree that Grinch is the worst one out of them all.
Yeah.
Yes, this is by far this. All right.
He is the worst that we've ever had, at least since Pete Carroll left.
I would say the hardest part about this topic is just trying to figure out where to start, man.
Or who to go for?
Not so I know where to go. I mean, as far as Grinch and his incompetence, man, it goes like first off, like I said earlier, when they announced that Riley was hired, I was like, oh, cool. He has a budget. They're announcing everything that they were giving him, the house, all that. I'm like, cool. So he has a big budget for staff. I just knew that he wasn't going to bring Grinch with him. Because Grinch was holding him back. The one thing that was holding him back at Oklahoma, I just knew he wasn't going to carry it over here to his new job. I'm like, this is his out. This is where he's going to get it away from Grinch, right here. But no, he had to bring his buddy along. So I'm like, well, okay, well, maybe he'll talk to him and let him know that, maybe they'll have that discussion like, hey, you need to perform. You need to. I don't think that happened either.
No. So
year one, got exposed, of course. And then, like Tyler mentioned, the reasons why Lincoln retained him, he said, okay, let him get a class in here. Let him get some of his guys in here, which is, a reasonable, you can be like, okay,
fair.
I can see that. Yeah, exactly. That's fair. Like, yeah, let him get his guys in here. His better scheme fits. Maybe we'll see what happens. But then if you look at everybody else who runs the same scheme, he's not even running his scheme right. For a guy like me who's played in the same scheme, I told you guys right away, like, dude, this dude ain't even running his own scheme right. You don't put 270-pound linemen in a 3-3-5. You're just asking to get ran all over. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't even run your own scheme right. You don't watch film.
Yeah,
you missed the screenplay. So
does he even recruit?
Like, right.
I don't even think he really recruited.
The only thing he recruited was Taggart Curtis. That was his golden goose. It's like, I ain't going to do anything else. I'm just going to keep texting Tackett this whole time.
That's quite obvious.
And was it really Grinch that recruited Tackett?
Probably. Because isn't Grinch a linebacker coach?
No.
Or
he's a DB, I think, or safety.
Yeah, Manning's the linebacker coach.
Oh, okay, but I knew he was going to bring him the moment because like all the stories were saying that when Lincoln arrived, Grinch was with him, so I knew he was going to keep him at that time. At that point,
yeah, man, it's just I've never seen incompetence in this level. After that statement, I was done. It was just
what? Like, I guess all that I was grasping onto was that he did decent at Washington State. I was like, okay,
what did they win?
Washington State. Well, that's all I was grasping onto because I knew he wasn't that good at Oklahoma. I was like, okay, maybe he could be the Grinch of Washington State times, and that's all I was hoping that he would at least be salvageable at that time. But just I was part of the same camp of just give him a full recruiting year. Things will change and we'll prove Oklahoma wrong. But deep in my mind, I kind of just like knew like this ain't it. Like, but I wanted to manifest it. Just like, please just let it happen. Let us say, hey, Oklahoma fans, you were wrong about it. No.
I never believed they were wrong. They were all coming in the chat and saying, hey, Grinch sucks and you guys are going to suck on defense. I'm like, man, you wanted to believe that they were wrong, but it's like, man, we pretty much know.
Yeah.
And there's no track record anywhere in his past that says otherwise. So, yeah, we pretty much knew, but we were just hoping for better. And we was hoping that Lincoln would cut ties to the one man that's been holding him back from championships his whole career.
CE says he helped tank Ohio State's defense too when he left there. They were back to top 10 D quick.
Exactly. That's another red flag. Look how quick he was in and out of Ohio State.
How long was he at Ohio State for?
Coaching at a Blue Blood. Was it a year?
Was he
might have been too.
Yeah, but either way.
Was he a defensive coordinator there, or was he just a positions coach?
No, I think he was a DC.
DC.
Yeah.
So that tells you that he was not fit to be at a blue blood program.
Yeah, I did not know that. I don't know why I didn't look into that, but
he did not meet their standard.
Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
On Urban Meyer's staff.
Where did he go after that?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
You think Urban don't know what a defensive coordinator would take? He wasn't good enough for Urban. He's not good enough for USC.
And that's a frustrating part that, had Lincoln Riley not brought Grinch, I think we would definitely be possibly in the playoffs this year.
Absolutely.
And at this point, I feel like we have to rebuild again. Like maybe it's going to take us 2-3 years.
Yeah, this was a step back.
And most likely it will be without Caleb.
No. Yeah, without Caleb. Like if Caleb comes back next year, I think we have a chance of like making the playoffs and possibly win it all. Winning it all. It may be, but like players will come with Caleb, as a quarterback and a new defensive coordinator. But without Caleb, with a new defensive coordinator, like a lot of the transfer portal players may not come with us, or may not come to us. So it's going to be. I personally think it's probably going to take 2 to 3 years to get a top program again in terms of competing for the playoff.
How about we move into our overtime right now then?
Yep.
Who should replace him?
So you guys in the chat, man, go ahead and let us know who. Give me your.
We all know what we want to hear a lot in our chat.
Yep, give me your top 5. Give me a short list of DCs that you would like to see.
Frankie, we're already there. Or what? Will people leave after we get a new DC? We'll lose some people. We'll lose people probably.
Yep, but we also get people if we make the right hire.
That's the thing. If we make the right hire,
but we get a solid defense.
Exactly in return. So
I'll take whatever players leave for a top defense in a year or 2.
Exactly. There's definitely defensive coordinators out there doing a lot more with a lot less talent.
What are you thinking, Tyler?
Gary Patterson from CE there. That's a name that we haven't really talked about much. That'd be great.
Where?
Gary Patterson.
Wow.
That is kind of a perfect fit in my opinion, and we haven't really talked about his name much at all. I'd love that. Dave Aranda's been one of the ones that I've mentioned a lot, and then obviously Jim Leonard as well. Don't know if we're going to be able to get Jim Leonard to come across, but we were talking earlier this week that Dave Aranda was on Mike Leach's staff when Riley was a player there. And so they do know each other, and they do have a little bit of a connection in their past. So if and when Aranda gets canned, I'd like to see that. We don't need this defense to be like an elite top 15 defense. It just needs to be top 30, top 40, something like that. So I'd love for Glenn Schumann to, leave, but I don't think, why would he leave Georgia? I don't understand why he would, unless we give basically a blank check. But, outside of that, I got to throw out my boy Ed O. Get a little USC blood in that guy. That man can recruit. Get some big nasties on the defensive line again, and have some fun there. But I
don't know about having fun. I thought to have fun, bro.
To see him and Riley have to have camaraderie after his butt buddy Alex Grinch gets canned, that would be absolutely perfect. There's a few there, and then literally just give me any decent defensive coordinator across the country, and they'll still do better than what Alex Grinch has done. So I could name you 50 if I just found current DCs right now. Raul Where you going, man? You into the
I
Matrix,
don't know.
bro?
It's Grinch. I'm telling you, he's over here. Start talking about Grinch. He wants me to disappear. He's like, all right, leave, Raul.
You might just need to turn off your camera.
Yeah, I tried that too. Remember, I disappeared one time.
Well, like he just might need to keep it off this whole time at this point.
Yeah, I'll just turn it off at this point. What about Manny Diaz, guys?
Out of Penn State.
Yeah.
That's not a bad situation over there. I mean, he's doing his thing over there, but
Yeah,
is
he
he
is.
willing to come this way? But
I mean,
here's what
he's a Miami guy, so I mean, he probably doesn't like that cold weather. I know. I mean, I just feel like, Miami and LA are very similar in terms of, weather and vibes out here. Top program as well. We're going to the Big Ten. So I could see us, potentially poaching Diaz if we give him a big enough salary.
yeah,
He can recruit, right? He recruits Florida, so it'll be a win-win in terms of, we improve our defense, and then, we, expand our recruiting trail into the Florida area with his connections out there.
One thing I will say, man, is I know I showed you guys that clip, Coach JB, but I would agree I don't agree 100%, but I will agree with a lot of what he said. We definitely need, if not a defensive coordinator, someone on the defensive staff or just the staff period with LA ties who knows how to move around the city. And if they have Trojan blood, even better. Because what we saw that Notre Dame game, it's like I don't think the staff even fully grasped the magnitude of this rivalry. And that's why we came out flat. And I don't think they had the guys prepared, just, properly prepared. I don't think they really knows what it means yet to be a Trojan. There's a lot of kids that didn't grow up watching that game. Even Riley himself. Oh, yeah, I watched Rudy a couple of times. What? What are you talking about, man? This is USC Notre Dame. What? But yeah, don't even start on that. But but yeah, if not a decent defensive coordinator from LA, it definitely needs to be some LA ties. Somebody who's tapped in with these high school coaches. Because I can tell you right now, Riley's not really that tapped in. Like the fact that coaches cannot come up there and watch practice is kind of a big thing. And I know that because I've heard some of the coaches talk about it, So that's why our recruiting is looking the way it is with the local guys. Well, partially well.
Yeah. Why not like Phil Parker out of Iowa?
That he's definitely on my short list.
Yeah, like I could like their offense is garbage, but
he's like 60 though.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't do it. Look,
if you coach defense,
if the heart's still beating, he's still better than Grinch.
Yeah,
no, for sure. I'm not even. What I'm trying to get at is that he's a Midwest guy. I don't know if he'll like the LA lifestyle.
Midwest.
Yeah, but only for half a season.
Hey, if he can, they're getting some good guys on defense, and he's worked with a lot less, and came back with more, and we are working with a lot more and coming out with a lot less.
Yeah, but
I agree with that, but I'm just saying he's a Midwest guy. I don't think he'll like the LA lifestyle. That's
a 60-year-old Midwest guy probably ain't gonna be really, really good for it.
I didn't think Ed Orgeron would like the West, but he loves it out there.
Well, Eddie O pretty much grew up out here. I mean, his career blew up out here. He knows.
Yeah, it did.
He knows the landscape.
It did.
And that guy can recruit like nobody's business. So
I also like the defensive coordinator from Michigan. Like he was on like the best assistant coach. Is it called the Broyles Award or whatever? I don't know. But
he might not have a job soon.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot going on with this investigation. I don't know if you guys saw that TCU that said that they knew that Michigan was still inside signs.
Yeah, but is it like I get where it's bad, but is it really the biggest thing?
No, but they want
to breaking the rule.
We we definitely know the NCAA picks and chooses who they want to pick on.
Yeah,
because
Michigan's a hot topic right now.
Yeah, because Harbaugh is he's on top. They're number one right now.
What about Will Muschamp though?
What?
Will Muschamp as defensive coordinator.
Yeah. I don't know if he's a personality fit, but
okay. I just saw his name.
I'm saying I don't know. He could be. I don't know anything about his personality, but
my bad. I just randomly threw that out there. I was going through a list of just different types of defensive coordinators, and
that's the thing about USC though. We can't just have any old body, which Lincoln is finding out, or we're finding out with Lincoln, because you have to understand the landscape of LA, the dynamic of LA, and the vibe and the culture, or you're just gonna be lost. Like look at how Lincoln has done with the media so far. This is not small town media. This is big time media. Any little thing you say will be blown up.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't mean to say untrained eyes, but that's what he said. And now that's all you hear. We've said, we say it at least 16 times an episode, So
we haven't said it once this time, except for just now.
So we have.
Oh, we have.
Hey, B. Jones, here's a question for you.
What's that?
Being a defensive player, C asked in the chat, that is there a particular defense that marries well with Riley's philosophy? He would have to slow down his tempo in order for an IL type D. So if you became DC, what type of defense would you run?
4-2-5. 4-2-5, hands down.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah.
Same.
Multiple for sure, but 4-2-5 would be my base.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably run some of the same type stuff. Somebody like a Kalen Bullock, where he can come up into the box, he's not the biggest guy, but like that guy's pretty sure-handed with tackling and be able to use those types of hybrid guys.
Yep, especially
to cover the sidelines.
Yep, especially with guys that we have up and coming like Christian Pierce and Zion. Perfect fits, man.
Yep.
Yep.
One thing that I've been thinking about that that comes from Oregon OU fans, and they might have a point here. Do you think Lincoln Riley's ego will allow for him to hire like a top elite defensive coordinator and outshine him, like the defense to outshine the offense?
I don't care about his ego. I'm sure Mama Jen is gonna have some say into what's going on with this as well. I feel like she's gonna want to, because from what we've heard about her, she's definitely a very into the football programs, and she's very kind of passionate about it. So I'm sure she'd want to have some kind of, I don't know if she'll have say, but she'll make sure that who he picks is going to be a right fit. I feel like. I hope she does, at least, because right now I don't know if I can trust Lincoln Riley's best judgment when it comes to defense.
You're absolutely right about that, man. I hope he has someone to advise him on that.
Yeah, my biggest concern is how many responsibilities Mike Bone and Brandon Sosna gave Riley to lure him away. Did they give him extra type of freedom as the head coach to be, the CEO of USC football and kind of take some of those reins away? Because Mama Jen comes in and starts, hammering things down that can start, some pretty big clashes there. And, maybe that's exactly what needs to happen. But if he's got that fragile ego, which he's kind of starting to show a lot in his interviews, it's pretty concerning that he's just it's 100% coach speak, and he's just when are you going to rip your guys a new one in front of the media? Because
light of fire.
If you're not doing that, everybody's just going to rip you a new one. So, your team is not performing the way they're supposed to, and you come out and you say that they played well, and you give them all of like the nice little platitudes, and that works in other places. It doesn't work here. So we already heard that for like a decade from our sweet little gentleman Clay Helton. So we don't need to hear that anymore.
Yep.
Jordan has a question here, serious question here. Do you really want a DC that fits LA or one that fits the Big Ten, or can you have both?
Okay, so I don't have to have a DC that fits LA. Like I said, I think there needs to be someone on that staff though that knows the LA culture and that can take the DC with them to these certain places that where the talent is at. You know, so there's some places that you're just not gonna be able to walk into just off the street. You know, so you got to be kind of tapped in. That's just the lay of the land.
I just want one that knows how to really recruit properly, because I don't think Grinch knows how to recruit properly. He's letting all his assistant coaches do the recruiting, but I feel like he really needs to have a true identity and know what he wants, because I don't think Grinch knows what he wants.
Yeah.
He just want to tag it.
That's why I think Dante is crucial for us to keep him. Like, he's our best recruiter for I believe, and then he knows the LA area.
Exactly, but
and
him
I know a lot of
not enough.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the fans give him crap for the DB play, but I don't think it's all him. It's Grinch not allowing him to do his thing on that side of the ball.
Exactly. That's at this point is a pretty known fact. Yeah, so imagine being a player and your position coach is telling you one thing, and then your coordinator is telling you another.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some confusion, and you can see that in some of the guys' play. That's actually how I came to figure it out. You know, I mean, like beginning of the season, Damani just looked like he just didn't have the confidence. So I started thinking, I'm like, where does that come from? Why wouldn't Damani Jackson, as good as he is, the 5-star guy, not really look like he's confident out there? Well, you're not confident when you're a little confused on what to do, right? And so what can cause that confusion? Hearing two different things, right? That can cause a little confusion and maybe have you overthinking a little bit. And if you look at those games, would you guys say, it looks like he's thinking too much?
I don't even know if he's thinking, honestly. Are you talking about Grinch or are you talking about Damani?
No, I'm talking about Damani.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, let me reframe that then. Yeah, Damani, I mean, I saw a lot of the same things, but like that dude's locked down now. He's playing really well.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Him and Christian Roland Wallace are solid on the outside, and it makes me excited to see, what happens when we play a team like Washington, because it's going to be fun to see some real weapons against who are our best defenders right now. So, yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too, as long as we put them on their best weapons, because we have Bryson Shaw on cowing a few times and it did not go well. So as long as we put them on those weapons, then fine. But who knows if he's going to actually do that properly. But, Damani is just like, we don't even talk about him because he's just –
That's good.
We don't talk about him. We don't want to have to talk about him. And it's like, I remember when we were talking about him back in week 1, week 2, when he would give up those big, deep shots, because you could tell he was too nervous to like kind of bite or whatever, or go with his natural instincts. He was too worried about just doing what he was told by Grinch. But now he's going with his natural instincts, and he's just been killing it. Like, he hasn't had an interception, but he's come close, and he has – like, they're not even throwing his way anymore. Like, for the most part, I feel like they throw towards Christian Roland Wallace's side because they have to, because like you have to either pick Damani or Christian Roland Wallace, and I think Damani's just been playing lights out more than anything.
Good.
And we have Tim Prangley in the chat here.
Tim, what up, man?
That's what makes UW so potent. They have McMillan, Polk, and Duze. How do you say his last name?
Udenze.
Udenze.
Udenze. you need to have cover 3 NFL guys. Yeah, that's going to be a rough one for us. Like that's like Christian Wallace will be good and Damani, and then we just have to worry about that other one, and hopefully that they relegate that to.
Well, that's why it's a must that we get pressure for sure.
Yeah.
But going back to Grinch talk, I personally would want to get rid of him now. And I think, and I know the stats and whatnot, you say B. Jones, but, I personally think he probably lost some of the players, maybe some of the coaches. And a change of scenery may be beneficial for the entire defensive side. Like maybe keep the same scheme just because, that's what they've been preaching all season, but just try different personnel with a new guy, maybe making some adjustments here and there. I personally think if they do that, the players will respond to whoever leads the defensive play calling and play their asses off the remainder of the season and try to prove a point that that they're better than what the record says and what they've been showing on that side of the field. I'm just afraid that if we keep Grinch and somehow we manage to go unbeaten the remainder of the season, it buys them another year going into the Big Ten. And I just don't want that to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Real quick. Tim, I'm glad you brought up the Washington game. So we would love to have you for the Washington game, to preview the Washington game. If you are available, I know you're a busy man. You guys are on quite often over there. But if your schedule permits, man, we'd love to have you on to preview the Washington game with us. But,
yeah.
So with that being said, who is that? Blackie Chan, you were saying something?
Yeah, like I see pros and cons to both getting rid of him and keeping him to the end of the season. Because like you said, if we somehow go out and perform better than we have on defense for the rest of the season, I'm sure Lincoln Riley will try to say, I told you so, hey. And I don't want that. I don't want him to try to say that he told us so and that our untrained eyes couldn't tell until just recently. But getting rid of him right now will probably, I think, will make a lot of the players that we know should be playing happier, because then they will probably, I bet they will have more opportunities, especially if Odom maybe takes over. I'm sure we may see more Gentry. I'm sure we would see more Keon Bars as well. I'm sure it may boost the morale as well for some players, but then also bring down the morale for some other players who may be fond of Grinch. And yeah, but you got to make some kind of change right now, even if it's not firing him. You have to make some kind of change.
And B. Jones, you and I were the guys that were kind of differing on this the most when we were going back and forth in the chat. And, for me, like, I understand your reasoning, like you were saying earlier, not to put you on blast with, you not speaking about it. I think you're probably going to be okay with me talking about it. But you basically said, I don't want to, mess with, the seniors and like their opportunities to kind of finish their season and kind of blow that up. But, I mean, they go out there, if I had the chance to talk to somebody like Kalen Bullock, who's going to be a first-round draft pick, more than likely, and say, hey, man, like, we're thinking about making a change. Would you rather play for the same guy and not have, that type of heat? Or would you rather, try to make a change, get some, new excitement under this team and kind of light a fire under everybody and make those changes and see if we can go on a little run in, the last few years of your college career? I think that, those types of senior leaders, the Shane Lees, the Kalen Bullocks, the guys that have a handful of games left in their college careers, probably want to make a change. They'd be willing to take the heat to try to win more games, because if Alex Grinch is calling defensive plays against Washington, against Oregon, if we made it to the Pac-12 championship. Like, you don't have to change the scheme that much. Like, still run the same scheme. Get somebody else that's like actually leading the defense and calling different plays, and see what happens. It can't be any worse than what it is right now. It literally can't be. So put guys in better positions to win games and make plays, and see where it goes. Because Alex Grinch is literally like the absolute worst that we possibly can be in that spot.
So, for the record, all that was before those comments. So after I heard that interview with him not ever seen a wheel route on film in his life, that all went out the window. It was like, get this dude out.
To the OU fans that are in the chat, did you guys ever see a wheel route when you guys play Texas or Kansas or one of the Big 12 teams?
Raul, remember, they have untrained eyes, so they probably didn't see it.
Yeah, see, so my point exactly about the media thing, but yeah, man, it's. I mean, you guys feel free to chime in. So the discussion. I'm sorry, Tyler. You want to mention what prompted this talk again?
I was just saying, like, based on where we're at right now, like, whether or not it's worth keeping him.
No, I mean, I believe. Okay, so in the chat, we said when is the best time?
Yeah.
To fire Grinch was the argument.
Yeah, and I think that from what I remember, you were saying that it's best to hold on until the end of the year for the betterment of the seniors and the guys who are on their way out.
Yeah, and I simply said that just because the statistics show that firing a coach mid-season just never really goes well after, even though there has been some outliers, but yeah, after that one, it was just like, yeah, no. After I heard that one, it was like, yeah, get this guy out of here right there at the meeting, fire him, like right there.
Jordan, you don't have to be sorry about being a smartass. That's a funny comment right there.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The wheel route was literally just invented last week. Got to give him time to adapt. No, honestly, like, I'm leaning to the fact that get rid of him right now, because maybe a change will be a breath of fresh air. Maybe it will give more people. If he's lost the locker room besides a few guys right now, then we need to bring those guys back, and maybe this change will bring some life into this team, and maybe trust Lincoln Riley that he's going to make the right call at this point. But
and to the chat, we don't know if he's lost any players. We're just speculating that we might have lost some of the players or coaches based on the results. So,
yeah,
yes.
We've gone up. We're almost at 2 hours here, guys. We might have to wrap it up here pretty soon.
Yep, for sure.
I got to bounce.
Yeah, all right. Well, with that one being said, guys, if you guys have any last minute questions before we get out of here, feel free to drop them in the live chat. We'll be doing that for the next couple minutes before we get out of here. So
all right, real quick. Our boy Guns, who's under the weather right now, he said, "What are your thoughts on NIL changes potentially coming to SC? Mama Jen going to work?"
Well, let's say that for the next podcast. In my opinion, that's a good topic.
That's
good. What do you guys think?
Well, if that is happening, I'm very excited because that is the difference in our recruiting.
I would love for that to change. It really needs to change. We have all the ability to make that change. It's just whether we will do it.
And I want to give score prediction for the Ohio State Wisconsin game.
Ohio State's going to win that.
Yeah.
I don't think you have anything to worry about that.
Yeah, I think Ohio State covers the spread.
Can you guys believe that Braylon Allen is still there? He's another Bo Nix-like guy, man. He's been there for 7 years already.
Wait, Gunner said that Mama Jen met with one of the collectives on Wednesday.
Well, let's wait till Guns gets back on.
I know we needed you here for that recruiting.
Yeah. Guns, you're not allowed to be sick. I don't care what it is. All right.
You hack up a lung next time on Sunday.
Yeah, I told you to stop hanging out with Lincoln, man.
But score predictions for Ohio State versus Wisconsin, I'm giving that 35-17, if that.
Like that.
That's fair.
All right, fellas, I got to bounce. I'm out of here.
All right, so
Later, guys.
See you there, Tyler.
All right, see you, Taylor. I'm just going to say that Ohio State covers the spread. I think it's like 10.5 or 11, something like that. I'll say they cover.
Yep.
Tim Prankley says NIL would help Josh Conley at left tackle and Monheim at right tackle would make.
Oh man,
that would have been a beautiful combination right there.
Boy. Yep.
Jordan Kapler said I had a better question, but Harbaugh stole it.
Yeah, keep showing signs of your questions, man.
You got to start having a piece of paper over your mouth so you can't steal it.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Be sure to join us Sunday for the post game. We'll be talking about the results of the Cal game. Hopefully, we don't have to bash Grinch anymore.
I'm sure we will, even if we win.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we'll throw something in there. But yeah, hopefully we come up with that victory, man. It's sad that we even have to say hopefully.
I know.
Yeah. But with that being said, we're gonna get out of here, man. Make sure you guys join us on Sunday. Make sure before you get out of here, like, share, subscribe. Yep. Right on.
Right on, fellas. Appreciate it.